Large number of former professional footballers in Italy from the 1970s and 80s have been struck down by a deadly neurodegenerative disease. Players from one team, Fiorentina, have been particularly badly hit, but players from a number of teams have been diagnosed with ALS, and some have already died. Well, some suspect that they may have been given performance-enhancing drugs during their playing career without their knowledge.
Stefano Borgonovo was one of the greats of Italian soccer. He played on the junior national team, later for Como, Milan and Fiorentina, and represented Italy in 3 World Cups. Now he's 46 years old and is suffering from amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, or ALS, an incurable nerve disease. He operates a computer with his eyes to communicate.
I noticed the first signs in September 2005. I was a youth trainer and found myself short of breath when I spoke with my players.
Stefano is not an isolated case. For 4 years, neurologist Adriano Chio of the Turin University Hospital has been investigating the connection between soccer and ALS. He has found a total of 9 cases. 6 former players have already died of the disease.
Soccer players, like other athletes, take a lot of medication. Some are legal, like anti-inflammatories, but too much of them can trigger the disease.
This former pro player is also very ill, with tumors in his brain, kidneys and lungs. Carlo Petrini says the cause is the medications that the team doctors distributed in the 1970s when he played primarily for northern Italian teams. Hypodermic needles were whipped out at the slightest injury or illness.
They didn't treat you to heal you, but so you could play again. I was able to reach balls with my feet that should have been headshots. Taking that stuff meant I could do incredible things. My spit was always a greenish color, like chewing gum.
Borgonovo says he never doped.
All I took were anti-inflammatories against muscle problems.
One of the best-known soccer victims in Italy is Bruno Beatrice, who died of leukemia in 1987. Today, many believe his cancer was caused by X-rays. According to news accounts of the time, trainers believed that X-rays could treat injuries. The Turin Public Prosecutor's Office has a list of at least 70 soccer players who have died of diseases like ALS or leukemia. Prosecutor Raffaello Guaraniello raided a soccer club and confiscated more than 200 different medications. He says nothing surprises him anymore.
We're looking at fertilizers and even paint. We were astonished to discover that the grass is painted to make it look greener.
But that's not all. Professional soccer is hiding behind a wall of silence. Public prosecutor Guaraniello has a tough time gathering evidence. At one soccer club, all the medical records vanished. And the Italian National Olympic Committee hired a laboratory that failed to properly cool blood samples or test them for banned substances. The committee refuses to issue a public comment.
People who really should be interested in our work because it's done for their protection resist it and don't help us. The national sport organizations, and especially the international ones, do nothing at all.
Compared to the pledge of secrecy in soccer, the mafia is a joke.
Carlo Petrini has written about his soccer career and the illnesses he suffers as a result.
When a soccer player gets ill, it gets talked about for a week or 10 days. Then it's forgotten. You hear nothing more till he's carted off to the cemetery.
First it was Greece, then Ireland, and now it's possible that Portugal